So, after going up to Donington yesterday to meet the Fox Motorsport guys, to meet Will Phillips, his dad, Jimmy Brody, etc. Had a good day up there. We're now headed to another circuit on another day. We're headed up to Silverstone. And again, as you can see, it's not an early start for once. So I'm headed up for a 12:30 meeting. This time it's going to be with Sloane Helicopters. So I bumped into these guys at the BRDC at the touring car meeting. Just an off chance bumping into someone when I was at the top of the BRDC clubhouse with BBC Northampton DJ John Griff. And yeah, he bumped into Jeremy, sorry, who is the MD of Sloane Helicopters, who's putting together something with the BRDC Rising Stars. So yeah, since then I've got in touch, got in contact with him, put together some stuff to help Sloane Helicopters out. So we're headed up there to see what this meeting's going to be all about. So I know that the Burkitt relay race, the 6-hour relay race, is tomorrow. So testing is today. So there should be some cool kit going around circuit. I know that the Team Brick guys are there, guys that I've driven the Silverstone 24-hour with, that I've driven the Endurance Racing Series with, and I'm the sort of driver coach for the team itself. So I'll be popping in to see those guys. They'll be there with the Fun Cup car. And yeah, there's normally a huge array of cars that end up at the Burkitt. It's quite the mishmash. Bit of a run what you brung race. However, they add sort of handicap series, handicap to all of the cars, so that by the end of the race, you are actually racing everyone in everyone for position. So it's all based on lap times and things like that. Something I've spectated in, not driven in before. So yeah, we'll see what interesting machinery turns up. Anyways, run by the 750 Motor Club, really good series, really good entry level series, club level motorsport. So if you're not wondering where to start, if you're looking to get into motorsport, start with the 750 Motor Club. So yeah, hopefully there were some cool helicopters about that we can have a little bit closer look at. So yeah, we'll take a look around and see what we can see. So here we have a Robinson R22, I think, of which Sloane has the 1000th one ever built. Sloane, the creator and founder of Sloane, was very close with the owner, with Robinson, when the Robinson was initially on the drawing board. And that's, I think, where the first few orders of Robinson helicopters came from. So they were granted with the 1000th one, so that's why there's a strong connection between Sloane and the Robinson brand, of which they are a dealer and also sort of approved service agent for the manufacturer itself. So yeah.
Okay, it's a very basic machine.
Wow. You've been glass cutting?
So this is your main control. This is a cyclic stick. This is this design here is specific to Robinson helicopters. Most helicopters you get in, you'll see that joystick there will go down between your legs into the floor. But this is a simpler design and everything, so they get away with it. So that doesn't do anything when you're flying along. That's just so you can rest your arm on your leg. Fine. Okay. If you want to fly the machine forwards, you just apply a bit of pressure like that. Yep. Okay, the disc itself tilts forwards, the nose drops, the aircraft flies forwards. If you want to go sign a bit faster, you just push it a bit further forward. That's literally as much as you need to push it. Okay. Really? No more than that. It's a very, very sensitive machine. Okay. So then obviously you've got slowing down here as well, and then if you want to go to the left or right, you just apply a bit of pressure left or right.
And does that change the disc, or is that to do with the rear rotor?
So that is changing the angle of the blades as they're going around in the rotation. Okay. So you need a certain amount of pitch on the blades, don't you? When you're flying along, to generate lift, just like a wing just turning it. Okay, if you apply forward pressure, when the blade comes around the front here, it shallows it out slightly, and as the blade goes around the back, it increases it. So you get more lift at the back, less at the front, and then it starts to fly forwards. That is why the controls are so sensitive on a helicopter. You only have to change the angle of the blade ever so slightly to get a massive change in movement of the aircraft. And it's the same for left and right. I mean, this control here effectively doesn't know which way it's going. Okay, it's just telling the blades, right, well, when you're at that bit there, drop down.
Really?
That bit, go up.
Wow, I didn't realise.
And then on the left-hand side there, you see you've got a lever there. If you raise that lever up, okay, the blades increase the pitch angle regardless of where they are in the rotation. Okay, you get more lift from the main disc and the aircraft climbs. Right. Okay. So you control your height with that one. Your speed and direction with this one. And then your feet are sitting on the pedals there. They're the ones that are controlling your tail rotor. Right. Okay. Okay, so you're manipulating that tail rotor to keep the aircraft in balance pretty much all the time. So it's an interesting little concept having all three controls there in a helicopter. Wow. It's a bit of a balancing act. Yeah, so are you constantly adjusting the pedals to obviously keep you in a straight line? If you're making large power changes or regular power changes, you will have to. But when you're flying along straight level, bit of a navigation flight if you like, if you've got everything set up fairly well, you should be able to remain fairly steady on all the controls, really. There'll be a bit of buffeting from the wind, you may have to make slight corrections with the cyclic stick, but really your pedals and the collective lever should remain fairly stationary. Okay, it's only when you've got to come to make corrections, turns, climbs, descents, things like that. But they become very important when you come to hover the machine. Oh really? And that's part of the challenge. I mean, there's one thing keeping it in one spot, and there's another thing keeping it in one spot, pointing in the same direction, and there's another thing keeping it one spot, pointing in the same direction, and the same height above the ground. Wow. It's a wonderful thing to learn to fly. It really is. It's literally three-dimensional. It is. Your senses are always. There's so much you can do with a helicopter, you know, and it just takes you a little while just to get used to, you know, the controls. Fantastic. And stuff, but it's great fun when it finally clicks. I'm still waiting for that day, but yeah, it's going to come. So where's the ejector seat? No need. You just out the door. Into oh yeah, true actually. Yeah. They do have some military aircraft. They did design some. They had explosive bolts on the blades. Yeah. And then you got fired. Fire that! Wow. But I just would not want to be in a situation like that. No, best not to think about that one. So what RPM speed will the blades? They'll be a little over 400 RPM. Okay. Yeah. The machine, the engine itself is going to be running at around about 2,500 RPM. Right. Okay. But it's a very torquey engine. What is the engine in it as well? It's a Lycoma, it's an American boxer engine, 4-cylinder. Okay. Or horizontally as opposed to, they like to call it. Air cooled as well. Maximum power for takeoff, 131 horsepower. Really? In this one, from a 5.9 litre engine. Oh wow, okay. So a lot of, it's a big engine. Big displacement. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Tennis American. Yeah. Awesome. So you've been cutting the grass, have you, as well, with it? I did. Is that how good you are at it? You can cut the grass with it? I was soaking wet this morning. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's basically an aeroplane engine, but stuck in backwards. If it was on the front of a little Cessna or something, you'd have the propeller on here. Oh, okay. But they just bolt the fan on here, draw air in over this, and then send it over the cylinders. Wow. But it's a very, very basic design, which keeps costs and everything down, maintenance down. Okay, this is your drive system, belt drive. Yeah. Okay, belts are slack at the moment. So when you start the engine up, you've got this sheath down here running, okay, and the belts are slack, so there's no real drive on them. You engage the clutch. This little clutch system here is just a screw jack that pushes that shaft up, and this pulley is a sheath, which tightens the belts, then you've got drive. That shaft runs the length of the tail and then through to the main motor gearbox, which changes the drive to that. So when you're varying speed, you're varying the speed to that and that at the same time? Constant speed system. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're just changing the amount of power you're sending to it. They've got governors on there. Yeah. They actually run off the magneto to keep the engine speed consistent. Right. Okay. So yeah, basically you increase the pitch on the blades. Yep. You increase the drag. The blades want to slow down. The governor senses that, so it opens the throttle for you to keep the RPM up at the same time. Oh wow. Oh cool, that's really interesting. They're very sensitive to a change in RPM, you see. Yeah. Does it change with like the heavier and bigger? A lot of them will have. Yeah, a lot of them will have very similar RPM speeds. It's only different designs of helicopter. Like the Chinook, for instance, has got a very low RPM. Yeah. That's just a big wappy thing. And but yeah, generally they're all fairly similar. Yeah. Really good chit chat with the guys. Some positive stuff, hopefully for the future. Some interesting content. Potentially going to do something together. And now, as we're at Silverstone, and there's some racing cars going around the track, you might be able to see in the background. I'm going to go and see who I can find. So yeah, let's go. So at the farm, turn one at the moment, some single seaters.
car and it's not even flat. What's it playing at? That was a bit more like it. A couple of F3 cars flat through there and a Formula Renault changing up through turn 1. So yeah, he's definitely flat. Good effort. Wrapped up now because it's Silverstone in October and it's freezing. And to come to the national pits to see what I can see, and I've spotted an M2. One of the cars from my dream garage, and in sort of the, I don't know, estuary metallic-y blue colour. Oh, love it. Oh, proper car that is. So aggressive with massive arches. Yeah, a lot of want right there. And as I just come around the corner, I just managed to spot a Renault Twizy. I think the Oakley, yeah, with the Oakley design body kit on it, which makes it look like an F1 car. Cool little plate on it as well. Wonder how much air it all adds. That's a bit snazz as well. Not sure I could bring myself to buy one of them, I must admit. But yeah, you do get some pretty cool stuff at these tracks. Boys' toys central, 100%. So yeah, cool road cars, cool race cars, and the outrageous stuff as well. Let's see what else we can find. Got the new GT4 Club Sport here as well. Oh yeah, it's a taste fit kit. So we're in the pit wall at the moment, session test day, so single seat is just finished. Moving on to the closed wheel stuff. There's some nice stuff here. Ford Falcon in the garage, it's about to come out. GTIs, GTI Cup cars. 370Z GT4 cars, all sorts. With such variety this time of year, everyone's testing for all sorts. So yeah, I hope you get some good shots into turn 1. The Lotus Cortina, that is. So that was a productive time at Silverstone today. Really good meeting, chatting with the guys from Sloane. Hopefully we can put something together for them. And yeah, and then just had a mosey around the paddock. There's always some nice cars, a bit of car spotting always at the circuit, some nice stuff there. Really want that M2, really want that Lotus Cortina race car as well. Yeah, not got expensive taste or anything like that. And then bumped into my old team manager from back in the Toyota Mark 1 MR2 days, Alec from Prize Motorsport. He's running 12 MR2s in the Burkett 6 hours, so 3 teams of 4. And yeah, really good guy, really good entry level series, so definitely check those guys out.
BBC 3.
Looking to get into motorsport really cheap. So yeah, now headed back home, sort some stuff out, and then yeah, out for dinner this evening. So, yeah, been a good day.